YouTube, welcome to Upside DIY. So I've got the fence boards painted. I've cut a few of these pieces. I have 48 boards here, and um, you know, there are a few fine, but just the overall result, it's going to be covered up with paint and stuff. So I did. Pieces are still rough, and the front can't really see too much, but yeah, it's a good time for me to just sand. So basically I use this disc and then I just hand sand it. I could definitely I've got an angle grinder. I could definitely power it on, but it's just not that much sanding or anything. But you can use these discs to sand wood. So you kind of see it's a lot more sanded sometimes on this wood. So I kind of do the both sides to help to kind of put underneath. So this is kind of a pre-mix. I remixed it and then just getting it ready so I could basically have the paint mixed up and ready. And then I'll be able to clean off the stir stick, but get it really mixed up, I think, good. So after it's mixed up pretty good, hopefully just bring even the cardboard and the brushes, bring everything outside, and basically be a good I've got two different brushes. I have a big and a small one, so just to show off some of the stuff I used at first. 2 wooden sticks, 1 and 2 plastic bag, some of the old pieces of wood, and basically I did a pretty good job, I think, on not missing a spot, but I kind of go over it twice. See how it's on the boards like this, and then in the middle, and then so I'm gonna be trying to paint again, just a double paint while it's sunny and it's going to dry up. So I'm going to start from the beginning again, just because the boards are drying really fast. The shade's starting to reach. So I use a small brush. Alright, so kind of like the last part. First and last is just to touch up the ends, because I'll lift it up, paint the sides. So I painted the surface first, sides, small tarp and stuff. I got a couple pieces right there. I actually had to cut, I needed 5 pieces of fence board and I only got 4, so I used pretty much half. I don't need this stir stick, but yeah, I want to try to lay like a plastic tarp just kind of like right in front of these pieces, and then I'm going to try to paint it vertically and things like that. I could use an old t-shirt, things like that, or braces that I've got to pretty much paint all white, but I'm going to do that when it stops raining. I think it's been raining. Try to set up a nicer like surface and stuff, but are kind of half and half, so I got to paint one side in between these kind of so I got to pretty much paint it here, and then piece by piece, and then I basically have pretty much these platters right here. I'm going to probably have like a couple pieces of the fence board this way, and then the 2x4s are going to go on top of there. And I've got another platter sitting on top right there. So hopefully enough space. Not going to worry about too much of a mess or anything. For the most part, kind of, you know, when things get finished, I could pile up stuff. I've been using the cardboard up there just for putting random stuff or small stuff. And you know, if I'm working on stuff like siliconing shoes or just even sorting out and cleaning up some random, you know, just pickups and stuff. Use just a lot of stuff. And I could probably just use this surface right here where the plastic tarp was, and I'm just going to roll out, or you know, I've had this plastic bag for quite a while. Wish I had something to kind of protect the back. Wish I probably do, like a blanket or something else, but I'm just going to, got kind of like a ring, just some spare items. I could have tried to set up a nicer, it's like newspaper, and then I'm going to try to handle these boards as clean as possible. So I could basically mix up the paint and start painting this board, and it's going to save, it's going to get stuff out of the way, and then I'm going to be basically sorting out, you know, letting, you know, have a little time to finish sorting out anything else. And these are kind of the pieces laid out before the next coat. Just, you know, some more of the frame, my gate, the wind blew it down, and then basically have a pizza box and paint spots. So I gotta mix up the paint, the paintbrush kind of on a stick right. It's actually taped to a stick. You really can't see it, or I can't see it with the camera. It's right next to that yellow mop and things. So, all right. So here's some of the other pieces, and some of the tools. I've got a template for where I want to drill the fasteners, the screws. So I got a few screws here. I've got others. Took out one of the drill bits, and I'm going to use this for now on. It's for any hex like screwdrivers, and um, um, there might be like an Allen or something. This is kind of a quick release. It's better than putting it into a drill chuck and stuff like that. So this work tray, just because it's got this rim that kind of keeps everything on top of it, so I'm going to keep these available. I've got like pretty much a couple here and over there and stuff like that, always cleaning them off, and then just keeping them together. It does become pretty useful, I think. So then I've got to pick the drill bit. The, the drills that I bought recently are a little bit larger compared to a different drill that I had, only one. So now I got, so, but yeah, just mainly got like a dust tray, so when I drill these holes, I also have a headlight on so I could really see how I'm lining this up. Put or puncture the holes. The holes are actually a little too close, but, or you know, close to the edge. But that's just this part, and then quite of a small mess. But you know, and also like when you're drilling, make sure the drill's going the right way, this and that, and also turning the right way, and also not bending the drill too much and breaking a drill inside of the hole or something like that. So marks in, but when I turn this board around, you know, I don't want things might go upside down, so I got to really pay attention here. So so I'm almost there. Just need to move it to the right just a little bit. All right, so I pre-drilled pretty much the 3 holes. Yeah, so basically, with what's been happening, 21.12, And this should be able to line up, you know, just as long as it's on the right side and in position. So half of 21.12 is roughly 10 and a half. So there's the 10, and right there's the half. So, alright, so that's what that is. I hold up the tray and dust that off. And be moving a few things and some screws. And I actually also should have kept that drill out, just because when I drill or attach these, I'm going to need a little bit of on the ends. I should have a lot, so I'm going to have to rework a few things backwards and get everything set up. Pieces already piloted. I also have the corded drill kind of tucked away underneath. Kind of have a cardboard box right there, so might be a good issue, you know, design issue for later on if I build something serious, and things like that. Even having good access, which I'm not going to have, or even like a better was a little cleaner. The drill and everything. I also want a piece of wood on this side to make sure that's flattened out, so when I'm drilling, that's gonna, so that it won't interfere and stuff. Just aligning everything. So that's how I kind of make sure everything's aligned and things. And then I've got this drill right here, so let's get the other things ready. So I got to keep things. This one could be unscrewed a little bit and then screwed back in, or this one. These are okay, I think, or all of them could be unscrewed, but hopefully it's as straight as possible. I mean, I really didn't want to do it this way just because things could be bending and twisting and, you know, just breaking apart just from the torque and leverage and things. But as far as, you know, just the overall, you know, finish and things, I can't complain. Just flip this around, and this side is, you know, just turn it one side and the other side at a time. Slowly, try not to bend. I got this piece, it's already got the pilot holes and stuff like that. So hopefully, and you know, there's this side that's in a good spot. I'm not sure if I even planned that, but it's basically going to be, well, yeah, it's going to be covered up from the outside, things, stuff like that. So I'm just going to try to straighten this out, and basically it should, and even I screwed this in. Oh, it's actually supposed to go on the other side of this. So that's going to be a little bit of an issue, but I've got to kind of get it done as the plan. And basically, so 9 more screws, and then things will line up better, is also good. So yeah, got it for now. Alright, so I got 2 in. I could back off on that and put that in. But yeah, just the quality issues, or just the work on the last side. So this drill bit is already finished up. I gotta grind that down and use it for something else, but I'm gonna try to change the bit. Alright, so I've got a box of DeWalt drill bits, or screw bits. Just going to try to pick out a good size. There's some Torx types, but I don't think most of them are going to lock into this drill chuck. A lot of these are actually are for adapters and stuff. So I'm going to just have to use the ones over here.